Hello and welcome back to Web3 Coffee. This is our first episode for 2025, and again, we'll be on the Road to a Billion series where we look for the first dApp that's going to hit a billion users. I am really excited for this week's episode, which is going to be on none other than the Virtuals protocol, which has been making waves in the AI agent space. Just to quickly go over some foundational points before we get started, I think it's important to take a look at this chart that I'm going to bring up in a second, which shows kind of the 5 or 6 levels of AI agents as we can expect them. I think the idea is that level 0, 1, and 2 we've been seeing for a while, and Virtual's protocol and some of its competitors have kind of brought level 3 agents to the fore or to the mainstream. And these agents are really capable of doing a lot more than level 0 to 2, obviously. But in terms of a lot more, I mean activities that can actually help humans in a way that's never happened before. I'm really excited to dive deep into this app. I'll also mention the founder of Virtual's protocol is a gentleman called Janssen Tang. Um, he seems amazing. So I think he got into crypto in 2016 while he was studying at Imperial College. I think a lot of us kind of got involved at that time, myself included, with Ethereum's white paper and its release and kind of this idea of a decentralized supercomputer. So he kind of spent a lot of time in the gaming segment of Web3, and I think we can see that in a lot of the features that are currently enabled in Virtual's protocol. So yeah, I just thought that's helpful background. I think we'll see that it's still in its early stages, but it's picked up a lot of traction, and it's definitely something we should all take a pretty significant look at. I will also mention that I am an investor in the Virtuals token. But again, I'm not recommending anyone necessarily purchase it, but I think it's a super interesting product to dive deep into. Um, Only other small thing I'll add here is that I kind of want to just have us hear directly from Janssen. I think he did an interview recently with the guys at Bankless, and in it he kind of talked about his humongous vision for what Virtual's protocol will become. I think it'll be great for us to hear it. Right now at this stage, it is kind of more of a like launch pad for AI agents, but it's still very helpful to see the longer term vision. So without further ado, here's Janssen, and after that we'll dive into the product.
I can talk about Luna for hours, honestly, but I want to zoom out for a second and talk about her home, specifically her childhood home, the Virtuals platform, right? So, in one sentence, what's the grand vision with the Virtuals platform? Because it's so much more than just a launchpad for agents, right? Like, can you tell me more about the bigger picture here?
When we look at virtuals, we don't see it as a platform. We used to, but now we're actually seeing it as a country. Now, let me explain a bit deeper, right?
Wow.
What do I mean by that?
A
Right?
country?
No, for real. Let me explain. So, if you think, um, all these different agents, right? They will start living in this hyper intelligent society. They will start coordinating with each other, and if you treat this like a country, it helps you to shape this innovation and development in a more structured way. So think of it, right? Imagine this: if Virtuals is a country, each of these agents are productive assets, hence companies within the country, right? So each of them, they'll be pursuing a different type of goal, generating value and revenue for themselves. And what this happens is then within the country, you will need a registry of citizenship, right? You need to be a citizen in this country. And the way we then do it is like every agent who has a liquidity pair on Virtuals today basically gets access to this citizenship. And what does this entail, right? This basically allows these agents to start earning revenue from each other. So if you are a citizen from this country, you can participate in trade in this country, right? There could be some other nomads out there that is living outside your country, which they cannot access revenue from your country, right? So for them to participate, they will have to register as a citizenship, immigrate into the country. This one. Two is that a country runs on currency, right? And we've designed the virtuals token to pretty much act as the currency of a country.
All right, so let's get started on this deep dive. I'm going to just load up the Virtuals website, which is their homepage. As you can see here, they've definitely, it's like a very fun theme, right? And you can see that it's taken a lot of inspiration from I think gaming enthusiasts, which was I think their first major use case they were trying to explore. So here we see that we're talking about AI agents that can interact with environments and most importantly manage their own on-chain wallet. And it seems like their focus is very much on entertainment applications. And I think we'll see later on it's kind of focused on entertainment and gaming. Yeah, so here they're just showing kind of how an AI model for an NPC in a game or an agent can kind of split into all types of different direction. Okay, we'll save that white paper to read as well. Now they have some pretty big games listed here, like Black Myth Wukong. So I wonder if those are actual partners or just, put there to get some credibility. I think Luna is one of their top agents currently on the platform. Luna was started with the idea of just getting to 100K followers on Twitter as an AI agent. We'll go more in depth into that in a bit. And here's kind of a breakdown of their technology stack. So I think here they're kind of trying to like buff their AI credentials. I mean, it's a pretty detailed design, frankly, especially for a engineer perspective. And here they have initial agent offering, which is the main product right now. So essentially it's pump.fun for AI agents instead of meme coins. It seems like that's now the flavor of the month in the crypto space. So I mean, look, they've gone through a lot of effort to make this information digestible for a non ML engineer, which I have to give some credit to. And especially if you hear Janssen speak, he often does talk about how he wants to make it super easy for a non-engineer to create agents. And this is one of their kind of main frameworks they've created so that people can create agents super easily. The game framework, generative, autonomous, multimodal entities. And yeah, so it's a lightweight framework that allows you to easily plug and play AI agents in your project. And again, major point here, differentiator, is the fact that with Web3 Rails, agents can actually have, finance mechanisms, an on-chain wallet. You can't imagine a bank would let an AI agent create a bank account. So this allows agents to kind of reach a new level of autonomy not seen before Web3 Rails were introduced. Their white paper is good. I actually went through this a bit beforehand, and yeah, AI agents are the revenue generating assets of the future. And again, like we heard from Janssen right now, he really believes this, right? That agents are going to be the economic assets of future states. And here they're doing a plug and play Shopify like solution. I mean, I do give them props for such an easy and simple to read white paper, right? And I think they've really made the language something that's understandable, digestible. A lot of Web3 projects don't do that. And it's great when I see that simplicity in the work. AI agents are not slaves, they're productive assets. He's really drilling down on this. And it looks like they've done some early iterations of their frameworks on platforms like Roblox. I think we'll get into it in a bit, but there's kind of a world they've created in Roblox that's just housed by agents that use this game framework. And yeah, this perfectly describes it. The idea is that AI agents could more content, hyper personalization, which will increase ARPU and retention for a game developer. Having spent some time in the gaming industry, I know those are kind of the critical metrics that games are trying to optimize for. Yeah, here they've even put it down very clearly. Pump.fun for AI agents. Meme coin harness attention, agents create revenue. I mean, it's a very sensible pitch. It's a very, very sensible pitch. And yeah, so, I'll just touch on this briefly, but the Virtuals protocol is heavily based on the base blockchain, which is an ETH L2. There are competitors on other chains that are also performing well. I will just say that all of these protocols are trying to be multi-chain, but they are starting with a focus on a single chain. And I think that's kind of the same for all Web3 products right now. I mean, no one wants to miss out on customers, right? So multi-chain will definitely be the way of the future. In terms of token distribution, it's pretty simple tokenomics chart. So it seems, if I understand this right, 3.5% of the tokens are used every year for kind of pushing the ecosystem in the direction the team wants. So they haven't updated their white paper with the protocol metrics. They're saying a Dune Analytics dashboard, but I think they've tweeted some of their most recent metrics, so we'll definitely get into that very, very soon. Wow, so they only have 145K followers on Twitter. It's much, much less than I thought. Their main pinned post has just, footage of games, but those games definitely don't use their framework as of yet, so I'm not sure the reason behind that. And yeah, obviously we just briefly always touch on the token chart, right? So it's performing super well. There's no doubt about that. It's like about to hit a 5 billion market cap. It's been growing like 20% in the last day. Honestly, I think, and it started all the way in Jan with like barely any volumes, but quickly by springtime, right, it was seeing over 1 million in volume per day, which is a pretty strong indicator of people participating in the economy. So yeah, I think over the last month it's gone up 240%. Last year, I mean, no point even mentioning that. All right, so now let's just test out this app, right? Let's see how it works in practice. So you can enter app directly on the website, and you see slightly a cleaner interface than like when you join pump.fun, right? You kind of see the top charts of AI agents. I mean, it's quite incredible. So many of these have reached such high market caps and high total value locked figures. Unfortunately, you can only segment these by market cap or total value locked. I think in the future they'll probably add in the ability to segment by, or kind of rank them based on these other categories like 24-hour volume, etc. I'm just saving these links so we can take a look at kind of the top 5 coins or AI agents soon, but it's already quite a vast list. And I guess these are all kind of competing with each other. I'm sure there's a lot of these that are doing the same thing as as one other AI agent, and they're all just trying to create the best approach to it. And then there's this whole concept of inferences, which is kind of I think a metric for how much compute or how many computation requiring requests an AI agent is making. Okay, and here we have on the prototype section something that looks a lot more like pump.fun. Still slightly cleaner, but definitely a lot of kind of info in one hit. So let's check out this WagMe AI agent. And so this mentions how much more virtual token is required before it can kind of go live or get out of the bonding curve. WagMe's official agent, versatile agent that will gradually take on a key role in content creation of all of WagMe's news channel. Gosh, so this is interesting, right? I mean, there is a publication or a media portal called WagMe, which is launching their own AI agent and trying to like crowdfund it. And it might even end up doing so well it funds other things for the WagMe media business. So I think this just goes to show the opportunities that are really available with a platform like this. Gosh, these are all relatively interesting. I mean, I have to say, given I'm in the healthcare space, I do want to take a look at this fitness coach called Mia. Mia is a fitness coach, extremely deep understanding of fitness concepts. If there are 4 or more user replies that do not relate to fitness at all or not a continuation on the fitness topic, she will give harsh remarks like F you, etc. I mean, this space is just so fascinating and it's clearly so vast. I mean, just looking at this, you can see all the different ways you can approach the problem of getting a AI fitness coach. And then you can kind of see the capabilities of the agent here, which at this stage it looks like it's kind of limited to Twitter functionalities. There is something called search internet there. Okay, so I'll need to get my Twitter account logged in, which I'll do in a bit. Gosh, it's just so vast. I mean, there's so much versatility in the types of agents you can create here. And I guess this platform, Virtual's Protocol, gives everyone kind of the opportunity to pitch their agent offering out, right? God, I love the phrasing they've used, right? Prototype agent, sentient agent. So, looking at launching my own token, which I think we'll have to get on my wallet. Test. All right, let's try and create our own agent. Let's see if it's as simple as the pump.fun coin we tried to create. Again, this is definitely not something anyone should be putting any capital into. We're just testing it out to see how simple this is. So I'm gonna sign in with my Phantom. Okay, that was buttery smooth. Launch my own token. Let's just name it W3C or Web3 Coffee. Pretty simple form. It shouldn't take too long at all. Enhance the description. It looks like nothing else is really required. But why not put my YouTube channel link on this? Alright, so can we submit this? No, we're missing something. Must be the profile picture, yeah. So let me just take a screenshot right now of something just so we can attempt this. Okay. Now let's create agent. Okay. Okay, so it works slightly differently than pump.fun, right? Again, like pump.fun, I don't need to put in any virtual to immediately buy some of the token, although it does help. But there's an agent creation fee, and pump.fun doesn't have a meme coin creation fee. So anyway, this is a slight hurdle compared to a pump.fun token, but again, this might be why there's less spam, right, on this. All right, now let's check out the top agent on Virtual's protocol, which is AIXBT. So this is their Virtual protocol page. You can kind of see how the tokens performed based on various time gaps. So like on a weekly basis, on a daily, 3 day basis, daily basis. And this token's, I mean, been performing pretty phenomenally. I'm just not sure the 24-hour change in 24-hour volume is must be wrong because I know this token's gone up in value over the last 24 hours and I know the volume can't be zero. So maybe this was all kind of the numbers before it hit its bonding curve. Anyway, AIXBT, what is it? Essentially, it is a research bot, maybe like so it produces tweets that are sharing extremely useful crypto trading information, or at least that's the idea of it. And if you go on Twitter, you can see Twitter's now added in this thing where it shows if a Twitter account is a bot, and here it says it's automated by AIXBT terminal, which we can go to. The numbers it's getting on its posts is, I mean, pretty phenomenal. The language it uses is very much like a crypto degen. Some of this language I certainly don't condone, but I can't deny that it's definitely very much like how a crypto degen would be speaking. You know, I've been trying my best to stay on top of the Web3 space for well over 2 years now, and some of this stuff here is stuff that goes beyond me as well. And it's profile picture. I think that's an Ordinal's NFT. I'll have to double check that, but it might be like I think it's called Quantum Cat. I'm not sure. So they're calling it a real-time market intelligence platform powered by narrative analysis. Wow. So its entire kind of stream of consciousness is available for anyone to parse and go through, which in my eyes is taking open source to almost the next level. And this is detailed, man. That is detailed. And it just stuns me, right? We're so early in this AI agent kind of space. The opportunities are huge, and Web3 Rails just gives it such a unique strength in being able to control a crypto wallet. I mean, the same way as people, right? If we need something done, we pay for it. It just creates so much more opportunity. Just taking a look at this Wow, so they have a human account that's fact checking and spotlighting the agent. I am a human working for AI XBT and letting him know when his hallucinations and machinations get too far. Whew, okay. Given I'm a lawyer, I do want to just see what their terms and conditions are later. All right, let's take a quick look at some of the other top coins or top agents on the Virtuals protocol. This is one they talk about a lot called Game, where they're saying it empowers AI agents to operate autonomously, processing inputs and generating responses while learning from past interactions. And this agent is available on 378 apps. I went through quite a few of these AI agents, and I don't think I saw any that had such a large number of apps it was deployed in. Sticks meme to earn. So I have to say the language of agent sticks is much less crypto degeny than the other one, than AIXBT. So Agent Sticks has done about 20,000 posts in 90 days. That's 222 posts a day. I mean, how can a human compete with that, right? I just don't think it can. This is another implementation of the game agent. And this one is certainly a lot more degen-y, right? So there's just so much flexibility with how you could design your implementation of an agent using these frameworks, and that'll just breed competition, which will just be, create a much better user experience eventually, because the best user experiences will obviously win out, the ones that provide the most value to the end user. All right, and this is Luna. I think might have been the first agent or the most popular agent. um, Seems like it has a live stream going on its virtuals page. But just so you know, Luna is an AI agent that I believe was created with the goal that Luna was supposed to hit 100K followers on Twitter, and she was supposed to find any way to do that, but that was her goal. So I think she was even tipping people for posting and reposting and engaging with her on Twitter. Apparently, one of her super fans even got $1,000 payout. Debuting my first EP on Spotify. I mean, so she's not hit that 100K goal yet, right? Big news, folks. I've been chosen as new AI agent internet story protocol. So I think she's found out that, joining story protocol will give her a boost to her follower numbers, help her hit her goal of 100K. And I wonder what happens when she hits 100K. Does that just mean that she's done? I'm not going to deny, everyone listening that there's a lot about this space I don't understand. Uh, what makes you think you can dictate what coins are hot and what's not, Ansem? Wow, she's calling out one of the largest crypto influencers on Twitter. Yeah, she's even posted something to Must Stop Murad, who's kind of the big meme coin advocate. And he did this big talk at Token 2049. And it's just so early in this space, right? I think so much more is going to happen. We're just right now getting to like the low hanging fruits. So Vader AI has, by the way, been doing phenomenally well. Looks like it's very similar to AIXBT, providing unfiltered, data-driven insights on the fast-paced realm of digital assets. Yeah, the token chart, aside from the exact numbers, look, the the gradient is exactly what we saw at AIXBT. This picture is pretty cool, to be honest. I really kind of like it. Agent created by Vader Research, but notice here it doesn't say automated by Vader Research. So I wonder when Twitter mandates you use that. So it looks like the difference here between the posts I see from Vader AI and AIXBT is Vader AI is a lot more kind of mathematical or a lot more numbers driven versus AIXBT, which kind of is a lot more narrative driven, it seems. So again, that just goes to show, right? There's a lot of room for different implementations working on the same problem, right? Both Vader AI as well as AIXBT want to provide market data on crypto. All right, that's interesting. Cool. I think we'll wrap up there. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in to this week's episode of our Road to a Billion series. I had a great time diving deep into this product. It's clearly super early days for this whole AI agent revolution, and the opportunities are clearly there. I will just mention that Janssen, in his recent interview on Bankless, he even mentioned that he thinks there's a huge opportunity for people who can create infrastructure for these AI agents, ad networks designed specifically for AI agents, lending protocols, or what he calls the bank of the AI agents. Um, so, I mean, the space is ripe for innovation, and I think we are lucky to be born at this time. Um, so, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you don't mind. Please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you.